Essay 810. Engagements to report on summary financial statements revised. Report on summary financial statements derived from financial statements audited as per essays by same auditor. Summary financial statements contain less details than financial statements but provide a structured representation. Auditor accepts engagement of summary financial statements only when he is engaged to conduct financial statements. Auditor determine that whether applied criteria is acceptable before acceptance of engagement. Refer criteria applied by management. Factors affecting applicability of criteria. Nature of entity, purpose, information needs of intended users of summary financial statements, whether applied criteria is not misleading. If criteria established by a recognized organization, auditor may presume it as acceptable. Auditor shall obtain agreement from management that it acknowledges its responsibility for preparation of summary financial statements as per applied criteria. Make audited financial statements available to users of summary financial statements without difficulty. Include auditor's report on summary financial statements. If auditor is unable to obtain agreement, auditor concludes that applied criteria is unacceptable and not accept engagement. This is a general point. For any essay, the following order is commonly seen: meaning, definition of scope of essay, scope or purpose of essay, management responsibility, auditor's responsibility, audit procedures, any additional or specific points, auditor's opinion, whether modified or unmodified, modified, and whether to include EOM or OM paragraph. Now coming to audit procedures. Evaluate whether adequately disclosed summarized nature. Evaluate audited financial statements available to users of summary financial statements without difficulty. If summary financial statements not accompanied by audited financial statements, disclose from whom or where they are available. Evaluate whether summary financial statements prepared and disclose applicable criteria. Compare and determine whether summary financial statements agree with related information in audited financial statements. Disclose financial statements. Summary financial statements are not misleading. Ensure that summary financial statements are not misleading. Not report in summary financial statements on effect of subsequent events occurred after auditor's report. Comparatives. Comparatives present for audited financial statements but not for summary financial statements. Then determine whether omission is reasonable in summary financial statements and the effect of unreasonable omission on auditor's report on summary financial statements. If summary financial statements are present for comparatives are present for summary financial statements that are reported by another auditor, then the auditor's report on summary financial statements contain matters as per Essay 710. Unaudited supplementary information presented with summary financial statements. Clearly differentiated from summary financial statements. If not clearly differentiated, auditor shall ask management to change presentation of unaudited supplementary information. If management refuses, auditor explain in auditor's report that such information is not covered by summary financial statements. Information in documents containing summary financial statements shall be read by auditor and consider whether any material inconsistencies between information and summary financial statements. If auditor identifies material inconsistencies, auditor discuss with management whether summary financial statements, document containing summary financial statements and auditor's report needs to be revised. If it needs to be revised, management refuses to revise the information, auditor shall take appropriate action. Auditor's opinion. Unmodified opinion on summary financial statements. Summary financial statements consistent with audited financial statements and summary financial statements are fair summary. Auditor's opinion, which is modified opinion on summary financial statements. When summary financial statements are not consistent with audited financial statements or summary financial statements are not fair summary. If management not make the changes, express adverse opinion. Modified opinion. In case of modified opinion, auditor's report on summary financial statement contained in case of this I'm repeating this again. Auditor's report on summary financial statements contain in case of modified opinion on audited financial statements. If it is a qualified opinion on audited financial statements, then auditor shall, in auditor's report on summary financial statement, state auditor's report on audited financial statements contain qualified information and describe basis and effect on summary financial statements. In case of adverse or disclaimer of opinion, state auditor's report on audited financial statements. Financial statements contain adverse or disclaimer opinion. Describe basis and that it is inappropriate to express opinion on summary financial statements. Auditor's report on summary financial statements. Elements of auditor's report: title, addressee, identification of summary financial statements, title of each statement, identification of audited financial statements, a clear expression of an opinion, statement indicating reading the summary financial statements is not substitute for reading the audited financial statements. Not reflect the effects of events that occurred subsequent to the date of auditor's report. Reference to auditor's report. Management responsibilities. Statement that auditor is responsible for expressing an opinion. Auditor's signature. Date of auditor's report on summary financial statement not earlier than date on which auditor has obtained sufficient and appropriate audit evidence, and the date of auditor's report on audited financial statements. Place of signature. Next point. Entity to issue summary financial statements without auditor's report, but only state that auditor has reported. Auditor request management to include auditor's report. If management refuse, auditor take appropriate action to prevent management from inappropriately associating auditor. Auditor of financial statements of entity but not auditor of summary financial statements. In this case, entity plans to make a statement and auditor is satisfied that reference only for audited financial statements and not give impression that auditor reported on summary financial statements. If any of these are not fulfilled by management, auditor requests management to change the statement. If changes are not made by management, auditor take appropriate action to prevent management from referring auditor's name. End of essay 810. Thank you.